No
Awesome,
problem.
awesome. Thank you all for joining us on the International Euphonium Summit. This year we have a special guest all the way from China, the VP of Low Brass and the head principal euphonium performer in China, Gong Hong. Did I say that right?
Yeah, actually, you can call me Gong HongLiang.
Gong
My name
Hong.
pronounced is Gong HongLiang. I know
Okay,
it's very difficult for the Western people, but you
right.
try.
Okay, next time we'll cover that, and it'll be way better for our second series in the minuet. But this first series, we're on a crunch time, so I really appreciate y'all checking in and getting to learn Gong's story, and we have so much to cover. Why don't we start and just jump in and when you learned euphonium?
Okay, yeah, there's no problem. I'm very happy to in this interview, and I'm very happy to can talk with you, Nico. Uh, I think okay, I just give a very little introduction of myself.
Yes,
Yeah, my
please.
name is Gong HongLiang, and now I'm a euphonium player in China, Beijing. And now I'm a vice president of China National Low Brass Committee and the head of euphonium department. And also I'm a euphonium teacher in, it's called Minzu University. It's also in Beijing. I was graduated in Royal Northern College of Music from 2008 to 2013. I learned euphonium with Stephen Mead and David Salter in UK in the Royal Northern College of Music. And my bachelor degree and master degree is all graduate from UK. And I won the Fordham's competition, solo competition in 2013, also in UK. And now I come back to Beijing for 10 years. I try to improve euphonium level in China, and I have a lot of recital, a lot of performers, no matter play with piano or play with the band. So I'm very happy to do everything for euphonium.
That's amazing. So when did you first start with euphonium?
Oh, actually, it's very interesting question because my first time studying euphonium is should be in my uh, it's called a junior school in junior school. Yeah. But at that time, it's around 20 years ago in China. At that time, in China, no have very, how to say it, it's a very high level of euphonium and wind band.
Wow.
Uh, I just learning euphonium in my school band, but I don't have my own instrument. It's a school band provided. And they gave me the instrument. And only I have one class. It's not private license. One big class is around maybe 10 or 20 students together once a week. Yeah, it should be in 13. Yeah, my age of 13. It's my first time to touch euphonium, but I don't think it's learning euphonium actually.
Okay, so when did you first begin music in general? Was it much younger?
No, it's also the same time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I guess that I'm assuming that you like learned how to buzz by just watching other classmates then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Mhm.
when did you really want to pursue euphonium during your junior school?
Career job. Yeah. That's a good question. Uh, when I age of 18, it's not very young, it's not child. When I was 18, it's my first time to have a private license.
Wow.
It's one with one private license
Hmm?
with some Chinese very famous euphonium teacher. After that, I decide I wanna play euphonium for my whole life.
Wow. So
Yeah.
and that's when you first started private lessons is when you made that decision?
Yes,
Wow.
of course.
What did your parents think when you started playing euphonium up till you got your first private lesson?
Mhm. Actually, I think not only euphonium is all for all the musicians because my parents they are not musicians and they don't know any instrument in China. They are all the Chinese official, so they don't know any instrument. So when I first time told to them, hey, mom or dad, I try to play euphonium in my whole life, and they're very surprised. They think, oh, why you want to be a musician? Because our family is nobody want to be a musician. And I think euphonium is quite interesting, and I love it. And I can play the euphonium. I can't say very well, but I don't think it's difficult for me. So I think maybe this is my job or my future. So my parents, they respect me and they say, okay, it's your decision, so you do it.
That's
So
really
I'm very appreciative for my present, for my parents actually.
that's really incredible that your parents supported.
Yeah.
It's really incredible, and especially to have you fly out to England and study under Stephen Mead.
Mhm.
And I kind of wanted to cover that in the second minuet, but we'll go ahead and cover that now because it's such an interesting dynamic. How was it when you first told your parents that you wanted to fly to England to go study?
Mm. Uh, as I told to you, my first private lesson or my euphonium uh, life is began from my age of 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should be a 2003, in 2003. And I spent a lot of time to practice to play euphonium every day. It's around maybe practice 5 or 6 hours every day for euphonium and no holiday. During the whole 2 or 3 years, no holiday, no one day off.
Wow.
I practiced 5 or 6 years every day. And my parents say, oh no, it. In 2007, Royal Northern College of Music, they have audition in Beijing. And I go for it. And I did it. Also, I got the scholarship. I remember that time the Royal Northern College of Music, they gave me 8,000 pounds, UK pounds for per year for me, the scholarship. So, because my parents saw what is the son did, he did very hard. He played very hard, and he have very big heart for euphonium.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first time to say, hey mom, I got the audition, I passed the audition, I got the offer from UK, and I want to go UK, and they said, okay, go for it. I support
Yay.
you.
That must have meant the world to you.
Yes, of course.
That's truly amazing. So going back to 18, if I may, when you started private lessons, is that when you started scales also in fundamentals?
Yeah, oh, sorry, what do you mean fundamentals? I'm not quite sure.
Buzzing, slurs,
All right.
arpeggios, all that good stuff.
All right. So you mean when I began to study euphonium?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The buzzing is very important. For me, I think buzzing is very important. And the breathing is very important. Yeah, I remember my first teacher. My first teacher is called Mr. Fu, and he already died in 2 years ago. But he is the first generation of China euphonium teacher. The
Wow.
first generation. Yeah, he's. I remember even when I 18 years, in 2003, he was retired. So it's around he's 60 years old or 65 years old. So it's like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And he teach me quite a lot. But important things, which is first is breathing. The second is buzzing. Why breathing buzzing is very important? Because I think also my teacher told to me the instrument euphonium is like extension of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Like a part of your body. And if you have a good breathing, if you have a good buzzing, it means you can make good sound of yourself without instrument. And then if you use mouthpiece, you can make a good sound with mouthpiece. When you mouthpiece into instrument, if you have a good buzzing and a good breathing, it means you can make good sound with instrument.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's it.
That's awesome. So I think that would be a great segment into going ahead and ending this minuet and going forward into covering what that buzz truly means on the next time with our guests from China. Amazing
thank you.
honor, amazing honor to have you on our International Euphonium Summit. It brings such delight to my heart to bring your experience and your journey,
Oh, thank you.
especially
It's my
from
pleasure.
and I'll leave all the links below wherever you're listening to, from podcasts to
Mhm.
YouTube and anywhere, so you can get familiar with his performance and what he's doing in his country to make Euphonium such a brighter place.
Mhm.
Amazing, amazing work you're doing. Congratulations. And
Thank
a
you.
tremendous honor to have you on. And we'll talk to you on the flip side.
Yeah.
And see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Nick.
everyone.
Bye.